gang score big with me, Maria, at Rick and Dave's Comic Book Hour.
One person that you go to work for every single day, it's not your boss, it's you. You chose to work for that idiot. Because the boss is always the idiot, until you're the boss. See? That's why I don't hire anybody. I don't want to be the idiot. But I did get married, so I'm the idiot. Actually, no, I'm going to take that on myself. There you go. But you understand what I'm saying? Okay? You decide what you want to get paid an hour. And you decide what skills you want to put out there in order to get that money. That's on you. You know what I mean? I hate my job. Go get a new one. I think this is the dumbest product I've ever worked on. Okay, are you creating a new product that's better to work on? Well, where's the great inventors? Do they all die after the Victorian age? Do they all die after 1957? What happened here? Do you know what I'm saying? That's the problem. So, I don't know. People have a lot of excuses for failure. It's substandard living, It's always easy to blame somebody else. And it's always easy to ask for a handout, okay? It's tough to allow yourself to get hungry enough to roll up your sleeves and invent something, or sell something off, or learn how to clean windows, or learn how to pick up a secondary skill and go and do it. See what I mean? Did you get what I'm saying? Okay, you're a success or a failure where you stand, period, every single day. And if you don't like where you're standing or where you're at this time in history, you can change that. But that's up to you. And if you have to relook, I gotta move to California to do that. Bye. See ya. They have all kinds of rights out there. You can be homeless and still go to work every single day there and go and sleep on the beach. I mean, practically butt naked, and you're not even going to get arrested. And they have public showers. You just hose off. You know what I mean? That'll be your secret. You know what I mean? That's your thing. Just eat a lot of breath mints. You don't even have to shave. It's California. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. So, I'm out there enough. Any other questions, accusations? Anything? Sir? Burning desire? Is that him? Okay. I can't hear Ring of Fire without thinking they should be using that for a hemorrhoid commercial. Go ahead. Have a what? A policy? What does that mean?
When you start doing work for other people and saying they want to do is like, so you want to have a meeting and you're not getting any work done because you're having a meeting, that's
Now, okay, what's your scenario? I mean, I get the problem, but I mean, is this a boss that keeps doing that?
No,
As a freelancer, you tell them, I said, listen, we meet twice. I got 45 minutes each meeting. Let's do this unless you're buying me lunch. Then I got an hour and a half. That's how it works. I'll fly to New York to get a sandwich and have someone's attention for an hour and a half. You could do a lot of irreparable damage in somebody's brain in an hour and a half. And you get the big sandwich. And they pay for it. Big deal on the airplane ticket, because if they're going to fly you to New York, or you're going to fly to New York, then that's, you know what I mean? That hour and a half could be like thousands of dollars. Don't wake up in the morning unless you're making X amount of money. You set that for yourself too. I set a standard on meetings. If somebody stands me up twice or three to the third time, you know what I mean? I have a film company back in Ohio. They do commercials and all kinds of stuff, and so a lot of movie editing. Right, I know. Well, really? I should have brought pictures of Youngstown. All right, there we go. You don't even have the rust you have has a resale value. The rust we have, you know what I'm saying? So anyhow, so that's where we're the buckle of the rust belt. You guys are beautiful. It's true. At least the chicks are. So that's the deal. The ones that shave. So, I think you put limits on things. And I tell them after the third time that they hit it. They hit the third time. I said, look, why don't you guys call me when you're ready to do business? Because I love you guys so much. I don't want you guys to yell grumpy cat when I go to see you. I want you to be wide-eyed. I want you to be effervescent. And I want you to be excited. And I said, but right now, it just sounds like you're really busy and you're having a hard time getting your schedules together. But I love you like crazy. I think about you all the time in an inappropriate manner. But call me when you're ready to, let's do this. When we're ready to work together. And they know they're being blown off, okay? Rather than to yell at them, I give them a floor show for 2-3 minutes, as long as it's ridiculous enough to stay on the phone. And I say, by the way, your child has my eyes. Okay, bye, click. So we leave it like that, and they have to think about it until the next meeting. Hey, what did you say? I meant that. So, but that's what you do. Don't be a tool in somebody else's box. You know what I'm saying? If they're coming to you, you're the expert in the room. They came to you. If you're the giant gorilla in the room, you're the giant gorilla in the room. You know what I mean? That's how it works. You know what I mean? Don't be something. Your life, we only have X amount of hours to live. Really. Every single day. And, let me just say one thing about time management. Those of you who want to go into art or anything full time, remember something. Every single one of us have one shared moment. And ready? Boom, we just lost another one together. Okay? That's how fast life is. We're losing time. But we're investing time, hopefully, in who we are now and other people around us together. We're on this right now. You get 24 hours a day. This is free. People pay me good money just to hear this. Ready? You have to go to hell 8 hours a day because you got to buy stuff. And you got to pay for stuff. And you got to have a place for your stuff. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You have bills to pay. You work for you. You're the reason why you go to work. You just happen to choose where you want to work and for how much. That's your problem. Okay, you figure it out for yourself. Okay, but you know what you get at 501? You get, ready? 16 free hours a day to do whatever you want to do. So you make a list. I get 16 hours. So what am I going to do? Okay, sleep. How long do you need to sleep? I have to eat. I have to do a little shopping. I have to poop. I have to go to bikinigirls.com and throw the rest away playing video games because I'm stupid. Okay? Oh, I gotta watch the big game. The big game is only structured to go 60 minutes. Okay? Regulation time, is that the deal, right? But it lasts for 8 hours. Why are you doing this to yourself? Look, 50% of the people who watch football are wrong. Okay, every single game. Half the people in the stadium are wrong. They've backed the wrong team. So, do you really want to hang out with that many losers? Okay, I'm just saying. All right. So, I got a whole thing about how man caves are gay. Well, that's for another day. All right. It's worth it. My brother's gay, by the way. All right, so there you go. He's even happy. Okay. So, where am I going? What you do with your time is what you value most. Where do you want to be in a year, 2 years, 3 years? Having 1, 3, and 5 year goal for your life and career, right? Okay? You have an opportunity to invest. Maybe it's only 3 hours a day, maybe it's only 4 hours a day, but you have 3 or 4 hours that you trade off on after you start the essential things you have to do. Out of that 16, you have 3 or 4 hours. Man, you invest that, okay? Every single day, 4 hours a day. 4 times 5 is 20. So you're already into a part-time job that pays you almost nothing, okay? But it gives you satisfaction and it's propelling you forward, okay? The more time you put into what will propel you forward, okay, the more opportunity that you're going to create for yourself to do what you want to do and to get rid of the 8 hours of hell. What's great is when you get to the point where 4 hours becomes 6 hours, and it gets a little difficult. It's like, I didn't get to go to that one party. Okay, good. Well, okay. I didn't get to go to see that one movie. Yeah, it'll be on TV forever. You can get it on Redbox, whatever. You get that forever. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but I really want to sit there and listen to people talk over the film. Okay, look. It's your world. whatever you think. But don't come crying at the end of the day that you don't have enough time. You have twice as much time every single day to do whatever you want than doing what you don't want to do in the 8 hours of hell. Do you see what I'm saying? What's great is when the 6 or 7 or 8 hours after your 8 hours starts to interfere with your sleep time, eat time. You stripped it all down. Well, now it's starting to make you some money. Okay? Well, wait till it starts, as it's going like this, wait till it starts expanding this way to where you can't stand to go to work because you're losing time and opportunities to make money as you go forward. See what I mean? You can't go forward. You can only go forward so far. And then you have to go back and you have to chisel back into your job. Your hell job. Okay? So you get what I'm saying? That's what you want. You want to chisel that off. And you want that to become what you do every single day. A rich man, a rich woman is someone who gets paid to do whatever they want to do when they get out of bed in the morning. And that's really the greatest gift you can give yourself. And people say, yeah, but in America, foreigners come in here and they do blah, 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 blah. You know what? Shut up. You're an American. You're like, you can do anything you want. Think about it. You could disappear. You could come up with a new identity. It takes a while to catch up. It's okay. You know. Hide the murder. You know, I mean, do whatever you want to do. Become what you want to become. Emerge. Go forward. Become a phoenix. This is what you do. If you won't take the time and stand in front of the mirror and say, you're the single best investment I can make in today. Yeah. Let's do this. Alright? Let's break some hearts. Go out there and do it. That's what you need to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? That really is what it is. So, anything else? Any other questions? That's a good question, Bobby. And a real long answer. But what are you going to do? Anybody else questions? Where can you buy your stuff? What's on the back table back there? I do have comics. You're never going to get a Simpsons guy to ever come here again. Even though the coffee's great. And the women are furry. So, that's what I love about this part of Ohio. So there you go. There you go. People say, why do you live in Ohio? I said, well, it's high in the middle and O on both sides. So there you go. Nothing, I mean, it's great. Wow, tough one. Any other questions from the artists? Anybody? Well, take a brush and any flat surface and go to a big fat brush and get colors that you love. Splash the bejesus out of that thing. Sometimes. Usually, if I'm doing a portrait or something like that, my goal is to come up with something that looks like the person. That's kind of the deal. If I'm painting Ronald Reagan, really? And by the way, I have a painting of Ronald Reagan in the Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California, in a permanent collection. Yeah, I'm jealous of you too. Anyhow, but if I'm painting Ronald Reagan, then I want to look like Ronald Reagan, but I have the choice of color. You know what I mean? So, like I say, to me, I'm like Elton John on a pink outfit. I mean, I'm just like, with color, it's like, boom, it's all over the place. So, I said that out loud. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's what I do. You know, if the composition's right, then the color can be anything. That's pop art. Anything. But there are rules with that too. You know what I mean? It has to be uniquely your own signature. But you might as well have fun with it. And if you paint out of frustration, that's not a bad idea either. You know what I mean? Because Jackson Pollock existed for that reason. You know what I mean? Google that. You know, that's the man who was... first time that our teacher ever told me, he says, you gotta quit doing these comics. You gotta quit looking at these comics when I was in high school. He said, you need to be serious. You have a lot of potential. You should look at the famous artists. I said, well, who do you like? He goes, this is my all-time hero. And he gave me a book and he said, just sit over here and look at this book. I want you to take your time. Really look at the pictures. Because, you know, you read comics. I took that as an insult. Look at the pictures. I said, okay, scratch and sniff, we'll take care of this. So, I looked at this book for the duration of the class. He came back and he said, it was Jackson Pollock. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, Jackson Pollock was the famous driller. You know what I mean? And he did all kinds of like giant work. Could weigh 500 pounds and crack, and it would be impossible to display, and they're having a hard time with it, preserving it now because it didn't matter. But it was the moment. And it was Jackson Pollock that stole the attention from Picasso and brought all the attention to the United States. Because the world looked at Europe. Okay? They need to look at us. Doggone right. I know, right? So, he said, what do you think of this? What do you think? He wanted to know. And I said, I think this man has an obvious drinking problem. Is what I told him straight up. He said, what? That's Jackson Pollock? And I said, you didn't ask. You already knew you know who he is. You asked me what I thought. And you know what I found out in later years as I studied Jackson Pollock's work? He had an amazing drinking problem. Cognitive. I know, right? So there you have it. But do the work that sets you free. But think about what you're doing. Thinking about, you know, are you doing it just for you because that's therapy? If you're doing it to sell, then treat it like a business. You know what I mean? Treat it like a business. Treat your mind like a business. You know what I mean? Because that's important. You know what I mean? To think cognitively. Don't just. If people say, "Do you have a muse?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "What is it?" I said, "Everything." I said, "It's work. I get high on work. You know, it's my profession. This is what I do. There's nothing that makes me happier at the end of the week than signing either checks, deposit slips, or paintings. I love it. Or comics. You know what I mean? That's the best. That's the best feeling in the world. So, don't be afraid to masturbation stuff. You have a kink goes around here somewhere. Calm doc, maybe a calm doc. Do cheap prints and sell for $10 a piece. There's a whole bunch back there too. So, all right. Any other questions, accusations, impositions, explanations? You guys have been a fine group of, I don't know what you were doing. Let me just say this. This is the best look in Narcotics Anonymous meeting I've ever spoken to in my entire life, honestly. So, if you don't have any more questions, I don't have any more answers. Are we done? Did we do okay, David? Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you grumpy cat's cousin? All right. Thank you very much for letting me regale you with this nonsense. I appreciate it. And you guys can applaud madly now. I left my clothes on.